We have this persimmon tree, and every year it starts out full of persimmons, and by the time they ripen up, the tree's empty. So recently, looking around, we found that the squirrel comes every day and takes one persimmon without it even being ripe, takes a bite out of it, and then throws the rest away every day, non-stop. He does the same thing. So this year we decided to give him a little treat. So we got this electric fence set up, and haven't seen it work yet, but it should work pretty good. It starts out from down here and kind of like goes up the tree. I gotta be careful because it's active right now. Oh, that crow never worked. Too scared the squirrel. And it goes over here, and then we got another one of those tomato cages that sits on top of our fence, and the wire just wraps around it. The squirrel comes from those trees over there on that side, crawls on top of this fence, and then he's gonna get blocked over here. He's gonna have to go through that obstacle, and there are a lot of bare wires, and then the wires shoot across the top of that fence over right there, and it goes over there, and let's see if it goes over there. Yeah, that's where it comes from, right there. That's one of the cages, and then the wires work their way up over here, and they go onto this other tomato cage on this side, and then the controller is over there on this side of the building, plugged in. Looking at it from front of the house here, that's where the squirrel comes from, these big trees over here on top of that stone fence. Okay, the problem I have is with this orange tree here. He doesn't really bother the oranges, but I'm wondering if he might climb up this tree and go over to the wall, but there are electrodes on top of the wall, so he will get surprised no matter how he crosses over. But otherwise, I think this system should work pretty good. So as you can see, all the parts are available. We got the tomato cages from Home Depot. They were about $6 each, and those insulators, you're going to need those insulators because you have to keep the negative and the positive wires separated, and they can't touch really anything. They can't get grounded. We're using individual wires instead of the grounding system because there's really nowhere to ground over here. So the insulators got attached to this tomato cage just with ties. Just these galvanized steel wire, low gauge wire. Yeah, you could buy from, they're used for hanging picture frames and stuff. You can find them at Home Depot in the hanger section, hardware. And what I did was for the insulators that are up here, let's see, can you see them? For those, I had to drill on top of it and put concrete anchors in there. You got to get anchored in. And the ones over here, I just drilled and put some stainless steel screws into the tree. Shouldn't hurt the tree. They're stainless steel, and it's no different than just getting like an ear piercing. So they should be okay. The tree should be okay from a few screws stuck in it. But otherwise, the little squirrel, you've been warned.